Hello, my name is Alex, and I am a really big The Smiths fan. I grew up listening to The Smiths, and I've always really loved the guitar playing of Johnny Marr. If there is any guitarist that I really like as one guitarist, I suppose it's him. There are some other ones like, Robert Smith's, John Frusciante, and some other guitarists from my childhood that I really love the playing of. But Johnny Marr sticks out as an amazing guitar player, made some of the most beautiful music ever. And when I was a kid, I never really cared about the people behind the music. Loved listening to records, songs, and playing them over and over and over again, and never really, I never looked up what people looked like or where they came from or who they were or, the band members' names or anything like that. And then I remember when YouTube, was new, and I was starting to become a teenager, that it was very easy to listen and little playing. And I saw a live clip of Johnny Marr playing the guitar, and he was playing a Telecaster as green. It was a green burst, actually. And I thought it was so cool. I thought it was like, whoa, that's the prettiest guitar ever. And it might be because he looked so cool playing it, and, amazing guitarist, you love the kind of guitars like play. And so I didn't know what a Telecaster was. I didn't know what a humbucker was. The guitar has a humbucker in the neck. But somehow I just knew I needed a Telecaster with a humbucker. So one of the first guitars I made was a replica. It wasn't the first guitar I made, but it was like the second or something. And I was never really happy with it. First time I built the body, I painted it and everything, and it looked good, and then I oiled it, and I played it, and I liked it, but I just felt like, no, it needs a lacquer finish, and so I tried to lacquer it, and because I had oiled it, the lacquer wouldn't really stick, so it became all flaky and weird. It looked like it has some sort of skin disease or something. It turned out really bad. And so I sanded everything back, and I redid everything, and I lacquered it. But the lacquer just turned out horrible, and it had a bunch of bumps, and it just was a total mess. And then, a couple of years ago, a dear friend of mine lacquered one of my other guitars for me, and it just turned out so great. So I asked him if he could re-lacquer the body of my Telecaster, my Johnny Marr Telecaster. And so he did. And I have the result back now. And so I was going to basically, since I started filming videos, I thought I'd film building this guitar again and showing it off for you. Here is the body as it looks right now. And it has a very nice professional finish. It has a thicker, nicer, even coat. It has a nice, fine sunburst that looks nice. Everything looks really, really good. So I was thinking, it's about time to finally fix this guitar and make it look awesome, and finally be done with it, because it's been played, taken apart, remade, built up again, and so on for almost 10 years now. So finally we're gonna build a guitar, and it's gonna be done. It's not gonna be an exact copy of the one Johnny Marr plays. There isn't almost no information at all about this guitar out there. So there are no good pictures, no like high resolution pictures. But from what I can see, I'm not going to be able to make a perfect copy, at least not exactly at this moment. And one of the reasons is because I'm left-handed, and so I'm making a left-handed version of this guitar, and it's kind of hard to find left-handed parts that are exactly like the parts he has. So for example, my bridge will have different saddles, and my pickguard will be golden aluminium pickguard, and I've had to put a ring cover on the humbucker which is not exactly like his guitar. But other than that, I think we're gonna get pretty close, and those are small details. Later down the line, I might actually find other parts that are even closer, and so maybe I can switch them out, finding a better pickguard and stuff like that. And we'll see what happens. I'm excited to start playing this guitar again. From what I remembered, it sounded really nice, so it's going to be interesting to try to make it sound nice again. And later down the line, I'm probably also going to try to like figure out what kind of pickups he has. I don't really know anything about the guitar more than pictures, so it's kind of hard. If anyone out there knows anything about like what kind of pickups he really use, and you know, things like that, details, I really much appreciate to get them, because I don't have any information at all, and it'd be really fun to like try to make this guitar as close as possible to this. Yeah, it's basically like building a kit guitar or something like that. We're just gonna assemble it. Yeah, I don't really have anything more to say. I hope you're gonna enjoy the video, and we'll see what happens. Let's start building it, okay? Okay, so let's see if we can do the wiring. First off, we have black wire here that needs to be attached to this ground wire here, because it was a bit too short. I didn't realize that until it was too late. Just gonna attach them to each other, something like that. And then I'm gonna take a piece of electrical tape just to cover that up. And it doesn't need to look neat, which is good, because I'm doing a terrible job at putting that piece of tape there. But there it is. If you look close at the pictures of his guitar, you can see that it has a little switch. So we're gonna have a small switch too. We have two cables, comes out from the guitar, and that needs to go over here. Where? Try to attach it. Might be very fiddly. See if I can do this without burning myself. Something like that. And the black wire needs to go on the other side. You can already see that this is fiddly. Something like that. and that's basically gonna let me select. Then this needs to go to ground as well, does this. So we're gonna cut this off to make it about the same length, something like that. And then we're gonna strip it back. Then we're gonna pre-tin this, which is just putting some solder on it before we put it down, which is something we do because it makes it easier to connect it. And I think these are the only two ground wires left. The ground wire from the bridge pickup and the two ground wires from the neck pickup. See if we can figure out a way to solder them back of the volume pot. Maybe I can ground them together first. It helps to hold things in place with a screwdriver most of the time, because then you won't, hopefully, burn yourself. And then the only thing left is the neck pickup, and we're gonna cut this back a bit too, because it doesn't need to be this long. And we're gonna strip it, and we're gonna pre-tin it, and then we're gonna fiddle it in here into the hole, and we're just gonna heat it up so that it melts a little bit into place. And then we're gonna feed some solder into the joint so that it melts together neat and nicely and awesome. Something like that. And then we have these two wires here that are gonna go to the output jack, so we have to feed it through here. And that should be the wiring. It's weird, I thought I bought golden hardware, but apparently I didn't buy strap buttons that were golden. So, for now, we're gonna have to go with some chrome ones, and then later on, down the line, we are gonna have to switch them out. But for now, we'll basically just go with these ones. Time to put the tuners in. So, here's the guitar. It is finished. All it needs now is basically a setup. And that's it. It's a little bit dirty. No, but here it is. Gonna try to get some more close-ups, I suppose. But it looks nice. I really like it. I'm super happy that it's finally done. I've had this project in the back corner, hiding out, for so long. And it's sort of always bugged me that I built the guitar, took it apart, and had to fiddle around with it, trying to build it again and again and again. But now it seems like it's done. So, we're gonna go and play it and check out how it sounds and things like that. Obviously, if you're gonna play a Smith-inspired guitar, let's call it that, you're gonna need one of these, because that's what you use, unless you have the actual amp. Well, if you have that amp, then I'm extremely jealous of you. So, yeah, let's go plug this into the pedal and then into the amp and see what it sounds like. And hopefully you'll like it, and hopefully I will like it, because if I don't like it, then I'm in trouble. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. There's going to be lots of more fun videos. I have other guitars I want to build, and other amps I want to make, and pedals, and other cool things for my music that I make. This isn't so much for the music I make, this is more for, I don't know, my geeky side or something. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll talk to you later. I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully. Stay awesome and cool. And take care of each other. Bye-bye.